Hey everyone, so this is this week's tiara, and I really was having fun with the Game of Thrones type feel of this one. I have been wanting to make a tiara with swords for a while, and so I thought this week would be a good week. And let me start kind of going through this. So this I started with the swords, and I had a piece of cardstock, and you can kind of see the color of the swords through there, but I had a piece of cardstock that was an oval, and then I had two small strip pieces as well of cardstock on the sides. So what I did was I took the oval and I glued on these swords that you see in the front from over here to that oval. And then with the long strip here, I glued these ones that kind of fan out to the side onto those as well. And that's what I did with the swords. And then I actually spray painted them black and let them sit on the side until I worked onto the next part of the tiara. So the construction of the tiara is these pieces right here, which were part of a it was like a Ranger Tim Holtz type. I think it was either fences or windows or something. I'm not 100% sure, but they had these two pieces in there, and I thought it really fit with the theme really nicely. It wasn't too round. It had this great shape that goes with the tiara, giving some height, and the repeating pattern really works well. So I wired on one on this side and wired one on this side. So you can see just a basic wiring. And then that also gave me a place so that when it was time, I could glue on the round circle here, and then I could weave in this piece right here as well. So now remember, these swords were then black. So I glued them on each side and the front. And then I glued on this piece to give it more of an interest in the front, because not only is it an interesting focal point, but it also keeps the swords in place a lot better because they are plastic. I wanted to make sure that they were going to stay in place. I didn't want them to move at all. So this piece came in, and then this is just a pretty standard filigree that you can get almost anywhere. And then I cut it 1 1/2, and that's what these pieces are on the sides. So it still has that same design, but they're also on the sides as well. And then I glued on the focal piece right here, and you can see it. It's got a nice fire in there. And then I had these opals that I also loved the fire in them, and I thought it kind of helped these pieces together. I mean, they're slightly different colors, but I really like how they fit together. And then finally, of course, I always have to have some crystal in there. Originally, I had 4 crystals on these corners, but it felt really busy, and I think with all the swords, we don't need to draw our attention to all these sparkly bits. So I took them off. They were right there, and I took them off. And I really liked the look of the labradorite as well. And so I just left that one on there. I actually did make a piece, and I don't know where my daughter moved it to, of my own opal, and I can't find it, so I can't show it. But I was also thinking that would make a good focal point, but I since I have these stones, I really wanted to use them, so I'll use the opals in a different piece. Okay, so then these were black, and then I actually dry brushed them after they were put on here. So they're dry brushed with a silver and also a bronze, and you can really see the bronze kind of coming through on the sides, that kind of golden color. It gives a lot more depth to the swords, and it's just more interesting as well. So there it is. Let me just walk through the back one more time. There's these pieces wired on. These are glued on. These are also glued on. And these swords are all glued on to the paper pieces. And then finally, these are glued on the front, as well as these two pieces for stability as well as interest. And then finally, these stones and everything are glued on the front. And that's it. Hope you enjoy it. Talk to you later. Bye.